Well, the situation seems a little bit calmer. Israel is a sovereign country that has a right to defend itself. And when there are rockets being fired from the south of Israel and from the north of Israel at innocent civilians, then Israel's main responsibility is to protect and make sure that it stops. And it seems that things are beginning to get a little bit calmer. But make no mistake, this happens every single year at the same time, which is the eve of Passover, the eve of Easter, when the radical groups like Hamas, funded by Iran, deliberately curate a conflict in order to attack Israel. Well, first of all, it's not, let me correct you. There was no raid on Temple Mount. There was 350 terrorists from Hamas who went in to Al-Aqsa, the mosque, and barricaded themselves inside with fireworks and with rocks in order to throw and to injure people. They desecrated the mosque. And of course, our first responsibility is to the peaceful worshippers that come to Temple Mount. Last Friday night, we had 150,000 Muslim worshippers, and these hooligans and terrorists were basically endangering the peaceful worship at Temple Mount, at Haram al-Sharif. And so the police did what any responsible police force would do anywhere in the world and bring out those troublemakers. So there was no raid and there was no storming. It is absolutely the other way around. You have to understand this. This is not a trigger to what happens. This is the production. This is the curation for justifying the throwing of rockets. They purposefully create a conflict on Temple Mount, on Haram al-Sharif, in the Al-Aqsa Mosque, deliberately curated, produced, in order to justify the rockets coming. How do I know that? Because they do the same thing every year. How do I know that? Because for 2 weeks, we've had peaceful worship on the Al-Aqsa Mosque, 150,000, facilitated by Israel. I wish it was new, but there's always international criticism of Israel. And instead of pointing the finger at Iran, they point the finger at the only peaceful democracy in the Middle East, that all we try to do again and again is defend our people and defend our right to be here. Unfortunately, the history of this country has been attacks, first of all, by all the neighboring countries, and now by radical terrorist elements funded by Iran. And so we're never peaceful, we're never quiet here, and that's why, thank God, we have a wonderful army that protects the citizens of Israel, Jews, Muslims, and Christians alike. Well, Lebanon for many years has been taken hostage by Hezbollah, which is a radical Islamic group, again, funded and sent and doing the bidding of Iran. But the government of Israel holds Lebanon responsible. It's coming from their territory. And so they're the ones that have to get their shop in order and ensure that the radical elements that were within their territory are controlled. If it's coming from Lebanon, Lebanon are also responsible. Well, it depends what Iran wants, because they're the ones that are controlling the show here. So if Iran wants a wider conflict, there will be a wider conflict and we will be ready. And if Iran just wanted to make a little point, then we will see the end of it. You have to look towards Tehran for these answers.